What's up, y'all? Welcome to episode 2 of StrosTalk. And we have quite a bit to unwrap today. Not a lot, because, today is a good week. And when you have good weeks, you don't really have much to talk about. When you're struggling, you got a lot to talk about. But when you're not struggling, you don't really have much to talk about. The Houston Astros went 4-2 last week, I think. I'm not sure if I covered the 2-1 win versus Boston last time, because I wasn't sure if that was before or after, so I'm going to do it today anyways. So like I said, we had a 2-1 win versus Boston. FRAMBER killed it. He went 7 innings, struck out 10 double digits. You always love to see that. And his second start off rehab, he's already throwing 7 innings. That's beautiful. And then he gave up 1 earned run, which was on a walk to Hunter Renfroe, I believe. And then after that, he was basically on cruise control, super efficient. We didn't even think he was going to get to the 7th inning after throwing over 30 pitches in the first, but he managed to get it. In the first inning, both pitchers struggled. Both pitchers threw over 30 pitches. The Astros were able to get 1 run in on a Yuli sac fly in the bottom of the first, and then they got another run in with Miles Straw grounding out softly, and Kyle Tucker making a great read and scoring on that ground out. Should I probably get this like a little shorter? Nah. Sorry for the ones who are like listening, like, what? Yeah, what's shorter? And then FRAMBER did all he needed to do. He threw 7 full innings, and then left it to the bullpen, who got it done amazingly. You never thought that the bullpen could hold down a 1-run lead, but they did what they did, and that was a great win. A satisfying 1-run win against the Red Sox. The next day was not as satisfying, as Jake Odorizzi struggled, only went 3 innings, gave up a 3-run bomb to Christian Royal, Giants legend, not much to really talk about there. We will talk about Jake Odorizzi, but we're going to talk about it later on, because today's game will feature Jake Odorizzi, so I want to save that as a preview to today's game. We're going to stop this for a second. If you're listening to this, you're going to hear some ad on Anchor because, just because. If not, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll just see something weird. It'll just be some weird transition, because I think this is just too high for me right now. So if you're listening to this, here's a word from our sponsor. Alright, we are back. Sorry about that. Where was I? Yeah, Jake Odorizzi gave up a bomb to Giants legend Christian Royal, and then, I honestly don't know why he left so early. I guess Dusty thought that, we've been putting a beating on them before, so we should take him out, while he's just, he gave up a bomb. That wasn't really a bomb. Christian Royal got pretty lucky on that. That was a Crawford special. I don't have the stats on it, but I remember that it did not have a high expected batting average, so don't slack too much on Jake Odorizzi for that, which, again, we'll talk about this later on. And then Christian Javier came in. He did some long relief, sort of. He got 3 innings, and then he gave up 2 runs, if I remember, so that accounts for all the 5. And that was all she wrote. Our bullpen was quiet like the night before. I mean, not bullpen. Our offense was quiet like the night before. Couldn't score 5 runs, but heck, you cannot expect an offense to score 5 runs. When you're giving up 5 runs, the pitching just gotta and take their loss, because you can't complain about run support when you're giving up 5 runs. And then I believe they had an off day. If not, well, I don't know. I don't remember, but I do remember that on this Toronto game, the 13-1 win, I wasn't watching it. I had to keep up on game day, which is unusual. Sometimes, like, if I'm busy, I'm keeping up on game day. But I try to watch it whenever I can on MLB TV. But I was on a trip, so I couldn't really keep up or watch the game because there was no service as well, which kind of sucked. I was really looking forward to the Buffalo series because it's a major league team. It's my major league team playing in a minor league ballpark. Imagine if the Blue Jays actually somehow make the playoffs, which is actually not that far fetched. Imagine they make the playoffs and they're still kicked out from Canada. Like, are you gonna have playoff baseball in Salient Field? That would be incredible. Yeah. So 13-1 win. Zack Greinke went all 9 innings. Great. Again, we're trying to keep the bullpen out of the game as much as we can. Even though they are starting to step up a little bit, but you still want to keep them away. And I think with a 12-run lead, you don't really you don't need a bullpen guy coming out. Zack Greinke was super efficient. Only threw 4 pitches in the first inning. He almost did all that 9 innings in less than 100 pitches. So it's not like we were like extending his pitch count just because we had a 12-run lead and we didn't want to use our bullpen anyways. It was just you don't need to be taken out. You were good. So great job, Zack Greinke. He's kind of bipolar, Sometimes he has his starts like the one against Detroit and LA. But sometimes he does Cy Young stuff like against the Seattle Mariners, against the Blue Jays, against the Oakland A's. So, you don't know what you're going to get with Zach. All I know is that he's racked up a lot of wins, which is what we want at the end of the day. Great job, Zack Greinke. Marty Maldonado hit our first Grand Slam since 2019. So good job, Marty Maldonado, as well. Alright, sorry y'all for another distraction. I wanted to zoom my camera out. I'm sorry, I just got back from a trip. I'm actually kind of tired right now, so even though none of y'all watch this, this is just a little bit rough, my bad. What else about that 13-1 win? Oh yeah, Carlos Correa had 2 home runs. We're going to talk about him later on too, because, he has been playing his cards kind of, luckily. I don't know. That's just a hint for later on. The next day, 6-2 loss to Toronto. Not a very good one. Jose Urquidy, he was pounding the strike zone like he usually does. And hey, I like a guy who pounds the strike zone. Stop wasting my time pitching outside the zone. Get some strikes. Move the game along. I think baseball is a great sport. I don't think it's a boring sport at all. But, I still want it to go by quickly. And how else to get it to go by quickly? Pound the zone. Urquidy likes to do that. It's not the best strategy, obviously, from this game. He gave up a ton of bombs. He gave up 1 to Joe Panic and then 1 to Vladdy. But, it's worked for him in other occasions. It's not, it's not the smartest thing to do, but it's worked sometimes. And when it works, it's fast, and I love it. Good job, Toronto, taking that game. Giants legend hurts us again. Christian Arroyo hurt us 2 games ago, and then Joe Panic hurt us that day with a 3-run bomb. Oh, both of them were 3-run bombs. I just noticed that. And then the next day, moving on from the loss, you don't want to get stuck on it. Houston came out. Jose Altuve, leadoff home run off Steven Matz. Luis Garcia doing his thing again. He was super efficient. He definitely could have gone more, but Dusty said he was feeling sick and he was coughing, so he didn't want to leave him in for too long, which, I understand. But Luis Garcia did his job. Brooks Raley did his job. Ryan Stanek, he might need to take a break. He is not doing too well. He gave up 2 runs in 2 outs. Only 2 outs. Not even a full inning of work. 2 outs and 2 runs. Y'all know I was super high on this guy, but he needs to work on his command. He needs to work on his stuff, and he has the potential. Like I've always said, his career, he's been nasty. He's been throwing heat, but he needs to work on that command. And we ended up winning still 6-3, but we had to use Ryan Presley because Stanek made it a save situation, but it's okay. Ryan Presley got the save. Ended with Marcus Semien grounding out to Alex Bregman, and that's the win. And then yesterday, we had a 7-1 win over the Red Sox. Carlos Correa hit probably the cheapest home run you'll ever see, and we hit back-to-back doubles in the next inning with Uncle Mike coming back hot with a double. He's got 3 doubles on that day, a double for real, and then 2 double plays. Oh, no, never mind. The other one was not a double play. He had a double play. It's supposed to be 2 double plays, but Plawecki could not handle the baseball, and it ended up just being a fielder's choice ground outs. That's all I can say again. But Fromber, amazing. Caught another win against the Red Sox. Back-to-back wins against the Red Sox, and our squad is looking good with all these guys off injuries. Uncle Mike doing great. Jordan heating up. He hit a bomb yesterday, 451 feet. Yuli off some whatever injury against Muncy. He's been looking hot. He's been looking great. So all these injuries are starting to end. We were always waiting for this time when our full squad was there. Our full squad is coming back. Lance McCullers is going on rehab soon, I believe. Jason Castro might be going on rehab soon. Framber Valdez, since his injury, has looked amazing. This is a good squad, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So, on that, let's finish with 4 notes. First of all, Jake Odorizzi, he is starting tonight against Nathan Eovaldi, the guy who went like 9 whole innings against the Dodgers in the World Series in 2018. Jake Odorizzi has not been good, to say the least, but he has not been as bad as we're claiming to be, His ERA right now is 7.16, which is horrible, but his expected earned run average is 4.1. So he is 3 whole points above his expected earned run average, which means he has been getting pretty unlucky. But that said, even if his ERA was the same as his expected ERA, which is 4.1. 4.1 is not a good ERA at all, so while he has been getting unlucky and he has not been as bad as we've been saying he is, as bad as he's been looking, because guess what, again, he plays in a minor league ballpark, basically. Minute Maid Park is not a good ballpark. I'm sorry, Houston fans. It's not a major league ballpark. It's a cool ballpark. Y'all have the energy, I guess. But 4.1 ERA is not good. It's not, as bad as a 7.16 ERA, but it's still not good. He has a 4.44 skill interactive ERA, which only accounts for, if the ball is a ground ball, fly ball, or did he strike out, whatever. It attempts to take out the ballpark and the fielder factor of it, because, Jake Odorizzi is not the fielder most of the times, and he does not control what ballpark he plays in most of the times. That's what skill interactive ERA attempts to do. He has a 4.44 skill interactive ERA, which is not good at all. But again, not as bad as 7.16. So y'all cut him a little bit of slack, but not too much, because he's still doing pretty bad right now. He does need to redeem himself. I thought that he was going to do better after his great outing against San Diego. But he gave up a cheap home run to Christian Arroyo, and then he didn't even get the chance to redeem himself that day, which I thought was very confusing. But I guess since he's off injury, you didn't want to keep him out. Hopefully tomorrow he could bounce back the same way that the Astros offense bounced back off of Martin Perez. Martin Perez was lights out that time that they faced Odorizzi. He is super efficient too, and then yesterday he just came out and did not do anything. What's crazy actually? The Red Sox had to make up a game against Miami, and if they did not do that, you'd have the same exact matchups. Pivetta pitched 2 days ago. If that makeup game did not happen, you'll have Pivetta against Valdez Part 2, Jake Odorizzi versus Martin Perez Part 2, and then you'll have Greinke versus Eovaldi, I think. I don't know. I don't know her full lineup. My bad. I think it's Greinke. Yeah. So that last game would be like the only non-rematch, but instead you'll have you had FRAMBER versus Perez, Odorizzi versus Eovaldi today, and then you'll have Greinke versus whoever tomorrow. And then let's talk about Carlos Correa. This guy has been on fire lately. His weighted runs created plus has skyrocketed because the Padres are too scared of this dude. They don't want to pitch to him. And he was like, okay, I'll just take these free bases. And now he has a 147 weighted runs created plus. Xander Bogaerts is just a bit above him because he had a cheap single yesterday. And then he got walked by Noli Paredes yesterday too. If Noli Paredes got him out, then Xander Bogaerts would have the same weighted runs created plus as Carlos Correa. And with Brandon Crawford, just being Brandon Crawford yesterday, the day would have ended. We'll be talking right now with Correa as being tied for the second highest weighted runs created plus amongst qualified shortstops. And I say qualified because Tatis does have a super high weighted runs created plus, but he is not qualified. He does not play enough because he doesn't know how to swing correctly. He broke his shoulder basically, and he also caught COVID. That's what you get. But he's also been getting a little lucky, Carlos Correa. His first home run on Friday had a 590 expected batting average, which means 41% of the time that home run is an out. It's not even a home run, let alone a hit. So he got lucky there playing in a minor league ballpark. That tends to happen. His second one was legit though, of over 900 expected batting average. And then yesterday, that one was the luckiest home run you'll see. A source on Twitter did say that it was the shortest home run of the season at 310. It would only leave Fenway Park, which is weird because they have a gigantic wall. So you would never think that there would ever be a situation where a ball only leaves Fenway and not any other park. But Correa did it because Correa is a stud. He gets, he makes the impossible happen, I guess. And that home run had a .09 expected batting average. So 91% of the time, that's not even a hit. 91% of the time, that's not a hit, let alone a home run. So Carlos Correa got super lucky that day. But, it's okay. A home run is a home run. And, the camera work got to be better because the camera made me think that was long gone. It made me think that was out of Fenway, not even just a wall scraper. It was, I don't even know. Cameraman, I love how you all record the mound and the home plate it's all in one angle, so that when I download the video, I could put it all in one TikTok frame. Some ballparks you can't do that, like Oakland. But y'all gotta work on that home run ball tracking, because y'all made me think that it hit a car in the street. It did not. It barely hit, the yellow line, if there is a yellow line. Yordan Alvarez sent a baseball yesterday, 451 feet. He broke a 16-game streak where he had no home runs, and guess what? He needed that. Hopefully he can step up now, because during that streak without a home run, he was hitting 194 with a 51 weighted runs created plus. He was hitting 49% below average. He cannot be doing that. He is our stud. We stole him from the Dodgers. We need to make the Dodgers feel bad. Yordan Alvarez, hopefully this is the sign of things to come, because, man, that ball was crushed. And he's been hitting the ball hard. He's been getting a little unlucky. I'll give him that. But hopefully he can start getting results now. With Fenway, they got a super short right field. Hopefully he can take advantage of that. If not, he can just hit another one, 451 feet to dead center. Who cares? Framber Valdez, our last note. This dude is amazing. Ever since coming off injury, he's only given up 1 run in each of his last 3 starts. In his last 2 starts this week, he's pitched 14 1/3 innings, giving up only 2 earned runs, striking out 18 players, and only giving up 10 hits, which, that's actually kind of a lot. But, you know, when you're giving up those hits but not giving up those runs, who cares? Who cares? He's had a great ground ball percentage, which is what we always want. 73.7% ground balls last night, and then 76.1% total all season. So all in all, this week was okay. You know, we had a plus 14 run differential. So, you know, we might want to disperse those runs and, like, you know, win more games. You know, we could have easily gone 6-0 this week, but, you know, you can't ask for that. Like the last two games, I mean, the two games that we did lose weren't very close, so we should just be lucky with what we have. But 4-2 against, you know, the team that swept the Yankees, and then the team that dominated the Yankees, I guess. That's not too bad. It's not bad at all. It's a great week, much better week than before. The Red Sox are a great team, and we're just dominating them. We've already secured the series, the season series win. There are 7 games against the Red Sox this year, and the Houston Astros have already won 4 games. So even if we lose this regular series, we won the season series, so who cares? The AL East is very, very weak. We've won the season series against the Blue Jays. We've won the season series against the Red Sox. We are losing the season series to the Yankees, which is kind of sucks. But we won the season series against the Rays, so that's fine. That should be it. Dusty Baker, you know, he's listening to the people for once. He's trying to keep the bullpen out of it. Inoue Paredes did okay yesterday. Blake Taylor did amazing. Bobby Dahlbeck striking out 3 times. You know, our rotation is stacked, bro. Like FRAMBER, Greinke, Urquidy, Luis Garcia, potential rookie of the year. And then when McCullers comes back, that's a beautiful rotation. And not to mention that we still have Christian Javier too. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see y'all next time on StrosTalk.